Hello guys, I hope that you guys are doing well. So today we are going to learn about IP addresses and how we can set a static IP address for a system. So first of all, what are IP addresses? IP addresses are basically your network address that your device uses in order to connect to the internet. So, first of all, let's see how we can check our IP address. There are two methods for checking your IP address. First is through the graphical user interface, that is GUI, and second is through the command line. We'll first see how we can check our IP address using GUI. So just click on the Wi-Fi icon and go to Properties. Now scroll down and you will see something as IPv4 DNS server. Now here you can see your IP address, that is 192.168.18.12. This is your IP address that is assigned to you by your DHCP, that is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It is actually automatic IP address allocation service. Now how can we see our IP address using the command line? Just press Windows R, type in CMD, press enter and type ipconfig. Now here you can see IPv address 4 is presented to us and our IP address here is 192.168.18.12. And we can also see another value, that is the subnet mask. Now what is this? This is actually classifying that our IP address belongs to class C. Now if you need a more detailed video about IP addresses and classes, you can let me know in the comment box below. But for today's video, we will just keep it short. And now we'll talk about how to set a static IP address. So actually a static IP address is something that we set ourselves. And there are some problems with the static IP address that I'll tell you later in the video. Now let's see how can we set that up. For setting a static IP address, just click on the Windows bar, go to Control Panel, press Enter, go to Network and Internet, click on it, then open Network and Sharing Center. Here you will see your connections. So now I'm connected to the Wi-Fi. That is my only connection here. If you are connected using an Ethernet, you'll see some other connections available as well. So now I'll just click on Wi-Fi Osama, click on it. Now you will see something like this. Here you can read about certain details regarding your internet. You can see if the media state is enabled or not, your SSID, and the duration this IP address is assigned to you. Now we don't want to deal with these things. We'll just go to Properties, click on it. Here you can scroll down and see something as Internet Protocol version 4. Double click on it and click on, you will see two options: obtain an IP address automatically or use the following IP address. So what we are going to do is actually use the following IP address, and let's set the IP address to something random such as 12 and 34 56 78. And you can just click on the subnet mask. Here you will see our subnet mask is automatically presented. Now our subnet mask is a little different than what we saw before. This is actually because we are using a class A IP address. Now I'll explain about classes and IP address in another video, but for this video let's keep it short. Now click on OK and just click on OK. Now our IP address has been changed and you can see that our status has become no network access, no network access. Why does this happen? Well, this is because we are using a static IP address and our internet service provider is not sure about this IP address, and we are not allowed to route the internet using this IP address. So these are the problems that may occur when you are using a static IP address that is not properly configured. Now let's see if this our IP address has actually changed. We can go to CMD and just like before type ipconfig, press enter, and voila! See, our IP address has been changed. It is 12345678 and our subnet mask is also changed. So that is all for today's video. If you want a more detailed video regarding IPs and how they are defined, you can just let me know in the comment box below, and have a nice day. Peace.